Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. To Dr. Liana binti Sarpin, my name is Tengku Nurjarina binti Tengku Aristun Shah with matrix number AP100437. I'll begin the presentation with introduction part. Leadership is one of the most important and required components of project and construction management. As a leader, a construction manager's primary responsibility is to ensure the success of construction projects by completing tasks. Meanwhile, supervision is important in ensuring that health and safety standards are met over the course of typical construction project. Supervision fundamental management techniques are building teams, recognizing and developing new job duties in the group, hiring new workers, training new employees, and many others. Leadership and supervision interact in such a manner that the most important element of supervision is leadership itself. In short, a construction project manager must be able to focus on the future and the path ahead, whereas a supervisor must concentrate on the path to take.
Hi and Assalamualaikum. My name is Nur Sharifah binti Yusof. My matric number AP190256. So I will present my part, which is definition of leaderships. So we go at the first slide. In this first slide, I want to explain about the leadership. So first, in this leadership, have one leader that can guide us, which is in individuals or in groups. So through that, the followers or the other people out there will be more confident when they have one leader that can guide them. Also, in this leadership, that one leader should have like good effort to build for their team, so through that they can achieve the successful together. So in the next slide, this leadership is really important to to give the support to their teams, such as they can like provide the innovative ideas or any suggestions or any plan that can like they can achieve the vision or mission that already put in their team. So through that they know what the purpose, what the aim that they want to target in their work team, in their teamwork. While through this leadership also, they must have a really good charisma and always believe with their leader. So through that they can work together in teams. So they can face any challenge in the future together. So that's all from me. Thank you so much.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Rizwan bin Faizal. My matric card number is AP10231. So first of all, I'm going to thank to my friends who presented before, and now it's my turn to present about a case study about the Muda Jaya Group Berhad. So first of all, Muda Jaya Group Berhad was headquartered in the Petaling Jaya, Selangor, and this company offers 5 major services, which is constructions, property developments, assets concessions, manufacturing, and trade. So Muda Jaya, formerly known as Chai Hina Construction Co. Limited. Muda Jaya Group Berhad and its subsidiaries are really heavy on construction. As a result of the firm's management and administrative system efficiency, as well as visionary leaders, the company has created good income. Great reports on corporate governance. This is a great way to get closer to the company. Main goal of protecting and increasing the value of this shareholder. This company has an excellent corporate name, image, and is known on the international scenes with a good service. So, for the conclusions, the group has won many awards and has the ability as well as an experience and convincing business unit. So this is due to the strong leaders qualities of the company's leaders, as well as the company excellence management structure. So that's all from me. Thank you.
warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Shuaib bin Samse and my metric number is AP190153. So I will continue the presentation about the case study of the company that we have been choose. The second company that we choose is the YTI Construction, where the company is founded and based as a foundation of the YTL group, where it is an integrated infrastructure group where they have presence in 33 countries across the globe. The company was founded by Datuk Sri Yoh Tiong Lai in 1955, and the company has grown and expanded from a small construction firms into a global infrastructure empire. Okay, so moving on to the leadership style in YTL Construction. In the company, they use a pace-setting style to lead and manage the company. A pace-setting style is when the leader leads his or her teams from the front and constantly sets a high standard, and as the leader will set an example by giving the high performance, showing the high pace and quality in their works, as the team members will then follow the tracks and produce an outstanding achievements. So moving on to the top management role in YTL Construction, the highest role in the company is that the chairman, where the chairman is responsible for making significant decisions, managing all of the operation and company resources, and they also supervise the annual company meetings and the other subjects such as planning and decision making. The next in line is the executive director, where the executive director is responsible for the strategic planning, working with the board of directors and operating tasks to proportional within the budgets. And the third in line is the managing director, where they are responsible for the daily operation of the company and the organization. Lastly is the independent non-executive director, where the person is who is board of director, where he or she doesn't have a place and relationship within the company, and they are the external member and not affiliated with or work with the company. Moving on to the third and last company, which is Gamuda Berhad. The Gamuda Berhad was specialized in engineering, property development and infrastructure. The company was founded by Kun Yu Yin and Ling Yu Ling in 1976. Moving on to the leadership style and supervision in Gamuda Berhad. The style that the company is used to manage the teams and staff is that the democratic leadership. Democratic leadership is the leadership style where the group takes more participative roles in the decision making. The leadership styles offer everyone the opportunity and chance to shine by giving their opinion, ideas, and discussion among the participants. Next is the top level management in Gamuda Berhad. The highest person in the company is the chairman, where the chairman is responsible for making significant decision, managing all of the operation in the company resources, and supervise the annual meetings of the company. The next person in line is that the group managing director, where the role of managing director is that he is the one responsible for the daily basis of the company operation. The next position in the line is that the independent non-executive director, where the person is an individual who is a director or a member of board of director, where he or she doesn't have relationship within the company or working in the company. They are providing the company with creative contribution and improvement from time to time. And the last position of top level management in the Gamuda Berhad is that the non-independent non-executive director, where the position and their roles are the same with the independent non-executive director, where he or she is an external member and not affiliated with the company, nor she is working in the company. I think that's all from me. I will pass the presentation on to the next person, and thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Rosmaliza binti Abdul Hadi, Metric Cards AP 190126. Now, I will talk about the advantage and disadvantage of the leadership and supervision style of the organization related to the theory from the company that we choose. The first company is Muda Jaya Corporation. From this research, we can see this company used two types of theory, which is contingency theory and situational theory. First, I will talk about the contingency theory. The advantage for this theory is the technique is adaptive. The managers can consider the essential factors and examine conditions very well. The scope of management that widened. The contingency method permit enterprise to pick out distinctive leaders according to their management pattern in numerous contexts. While the disadvantage for this theory is it is not entirely liberated from criticism, the contingency technique definition is frank in that now no longer all control conditions may be handled in a particular manner. It is not usually viable for managers to recollect each aspect and decide all of the variable concerned with their decision-making technique. And the last one is contingency technique is probably complicated to put in effect because it is not fixed. Now, I will talk about the second theory that Muda Jaya Corporation used. The theory is situational theory. The advantage for this theory is it creates a comfortable environment for workers, it takes different development pace in account, and it is increased awareness of the leader. While the disadvantage for this theory is it focuses more on immediate needs than long-term needs. It can be ineffective in task-oriented environment. It can challenging to define maturity, and the last one is it creates a cooperation dependency. Next, I will talk about the theory in YTL Corporation. This company used transactional theory, and their advantage is it may successfully inspire team members to be as productive as possible. It establishes attainable goals for people of all levels. It removes confusion from the chain of command. And the last one is lowers expenses while increasing productivity. That is all from me. Now, I will pass to the next presenter.
Nairina binti Anwar, my metric number AP190277. So I'll continue my part, which is about the transactional theory, the disadvantage of this theory that used by YTL Corporation. First is remove units from the manufacturing process. Second is restrict the amount of innovation that may be achieved. Third is produce a greater number of followers than leader, and the last is focus on outcome rather than a reward. So let me continue with Gamuda Salhan Berhad. The theory that Gamuda Salhan Berhad used is situational leadership theory. The advantage of this theory is first, it understands of need of adaptability. Second is provide a pleasant working atmosphere for the employee. Third is consider various development stage, and the last is heighten the leader attentiveness. The disadvantage of this theory is it prioritizes current needs above long-term requirement. Second is it may be unhelpful in task-oriented setting. And third, it might be difficult to define maturity. And the last, it does not provide certain leader adequate information. We continue with situational leadership about the method. Democratic method is utilized when followers are taught to be more skillful. So there are two methods, which is authoritarian approach and democratic style. Authoritarian approach is involved mostly one-way communication and its directive. They are concerned with goal setting, and they show how goals are to be achieved, use various forms of evaluation, and timeline driven, and the last is content defined goals. For the democratic style, first is involve two-way communication. They are supportive followers, encourage input for everyone, are concerned with problem solving, and it involves with a high degree listening. So that's all for me. Thank you.
In conclusion, there are various definitions of project success, but to put in simple words, strong leadership and functional supervision abilities are essential for any project success. Being a leader is not something that can be taught. It is a lifelong process of learning that improves with age and experience. In essence, leadership is the main pillar of supervision, and the two works in conjunction. Meanwhile, the amount of effort put into anything determines its effectiveness. Now, there are several recommendations for the leadership and supervision in construction project. The first one is flexibility, and the first take-up point is going to be emotional flexibility. It's known as the capacity to change one's approach to coping with one's own and others' emotion. They have better ability to adjust to change and look more mature. The second take-up point is dispositional flexibility, which is the ability to be both optimistic and realistic at the same time. Leaders that demonstrate dispositional flexibility have positive outlook based on reality and humility. Rather than seeing imminent threat or risk, dispositional flexible leaders perceive it as an opportunity. Next recommendation is adaptability. A cultural adaptation has become a leadership prerequisite. Leaders need to speak their people's language and able to convey their best message to them, which requires a great deal of effort as well as a fair amount of knowledge. As a result, leaders must be attentive in studying their cultures to reach out to their people's heart. Moreover, emotional intelligence with the capability to be aware of and regulate your own emotions. When leaders are conscious of their emotions, embrace them, and strive to understand what's triggering them, they can avoid making any poor choices and increase their resilience. The last one is professionalism. First and foremost, leaders must have a professional mentality. They must think about how they want to be perceived by others, how they want to approach people, how much discipline and responsibility they will hold themselves to. Besides, they must take the lead in relationship building. For example, giving everyone your whole attention and offering them feedback regularly to make them believe they can rely on you. Additionally, conflict management is critical for leaders who want to project professionalism. They need to look after their employees' well-being and ensure that everyone is fairly treated at work. Although they may be confronted with a wide range of difficult conditions, however, leaders must act swiftly and effectively to avoid from losing their followers' trust and devotion.